There's two of them. Welcome,
Tell
Chef.
us your name.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I know. Everything makes a noise.
Can't hear the game now.
Oh, great. Alright. It's loading. Okay, I turned it up a bit more. Hopefully it's good. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You can stay in the moment forever. Or you could wake up. Now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in.
Smack that clock.
Smack that clock. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by and you find your imagination getting away from you. Which one? You'll need to take this seriously.
Yeah, let's take it seriously.
I'd better make sure to arrive prepared for the first day. You bust through your morning checklist, teeth brushed, hair combed, pits deodorized, nothing can stop you now. You confidently grab a biscuit, strut out the door, and head off to class. Nice. Just what you needed to get your blood flowing. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Game's still soft, he said. Oh. Hopefully,
Yeah, it should be.
bit better now. Good morning, PicoBear. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of your lives? Or our lives? Actually, because I sure am, excited and a little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. What the? It's just that this morning I made a breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail?
Oh, no.
Classic Miriam. Raised by MasterChef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standard. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're going to do great. But with University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning's famous 3-day only semesters, I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. A sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer, she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin.
Oh, God.
Should you pep talk her or change the subject to give her some relief?
Let's pep talk.
Remember last month when we saw that fortune teller and had our tarot cards read? The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares? I've been trying to forget. I know she looked spooky, but she was so sweet, and she told you that you were destined for great things. Remember that card with the fancy-looking tower and that other card featuring the handsome fellow in the red suit? I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own. And I'm sure you will soon. In no time, we'll be graduating, and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. As you talk Miriam up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. And if not, at least I have these killer bangs. Can you believe I cut them myself? I was gonna say, definitely yes. I can't believe it. Before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom-engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. Hey! It's Ashley, your arch-rival. Ashley. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants and she knows it. Hello, Ashley.
Her leggings have chicken wings.
That's cute. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. You leave PicoBear's shins alone. They are perfectly normal shins. You can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley. She had to add those extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone. If anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. We're not going to let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van Man the Man Man, has stopped...
Van.
Van the man, oops, has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rockin' glutes. Ahem, Van.
Oh, you rang? You rang.
You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. I can't believe that University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You'd think they'd just hand us our diplomas now.
Or maybe hire us on as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us.
With the first day of school about to start, there's just no time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam. See you later, losers. Oh gosh. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it.
Oh.
Oopsie. I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick.
I love you. I love you.
I think you mean thank you?
My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old.
Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. Hi, Pop. I'm PicoBear, so... Are you going to make me hold this door all day?
Nope.
And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you. Is it just me, or is he kind of cute? I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at the podium at the front of the class. Adorable. This is you again.
Oh. Now, quiet down, everyone.
Who is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he in our culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL.
Please call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and little and fluffy, but I still demand respect. Woof.
What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever. I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom.
I'm chilly. Someone close the window.
And then, he walks in. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. It's him, it's...
If it isn't my favorite student, Harland.
Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles, sorry, Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence.
Please call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders.
A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong. Oh. And this over here must be Sweaty Sweats-a-Lot.
I forgot his voice.
It was just your normal voice.
Maybe we should open that window back up before Faucet Pits melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely.
Hold on just a second. Nobody talks to my friend like that. You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. And what is with all your really weird insults? Besides, when PicoBear sweats, it's not gross. It's beautiful. Look at that shimmer. That's true about me in real life, too. You take a moment to clean yourself up. It's a good thing you didn't forget about that deodorant this morning. This classroom is hot, hot, hot! Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules.
Welcome to the University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legend, past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears. There will be blood. there might even be really adorably tiny food.
Oh, gee.
And when all is said and done, there will be a battle, and you will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena.
Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Do a high pitch.
Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss. Quiet. Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue. You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Don't you recognize me? This is my 3rd year in this school with you as my teacher.
Everyone stares at him blankly.
Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to all you students that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels.
You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. Where the class bursts into laughter.
Oh, Clank, you rascal.
Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff.
Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself.
You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decide to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket, but what kind?
I mean, beef treat.
I was gonna say chicken snack.
Oh.
You reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkles' eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favorite.
Well, I think there might be some competition for new star student.
Barry Carter knew what I was going for. It's a chicken game. You gotta go for chicken. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hand slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times.
Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation.
As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only 2 options remain. Hey, PicoBear, there's still a seat here.
It seems that no one has claimed this seat next to me, if you're interested, that is.
Alright, we
Colonel
have to
Sanders.
go for Colonel Sanders, of course.
Yeah.
You move to take your seat by Colonel Sanders. It appears he brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows up a seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn.
It has a pen in his pocket on his arm.
That's just for decoration.
Oh.
Thanks for offering me the seat.
It's just the cap. I've only had 2 rules. Do all you can and do it the best you can. It's the only way you ever get that feeling of accomplishing something.
That's so inspiring. A little off topic if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you've settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement.
Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz! Yay, a quiz about me! This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you are ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question 1. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking?
We're gonna take it seriously. That's right.
Forest is to tree as chicken is to...
Forest is to tree as chicken is to... feather. That's right.
What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? Oh, this one's easy.
A spork. That's right.
What food is best for a broken heart?
Anything as long as it is prepared with love and not too much salt.
That sounds right.
Apparently it was.
Is Sprinkles a good boy?
Obviously, he's the best boy. Your total score is 5 out of 5. Hell yeah.
I wonder if it's possible to mess that up.
Nope, I just realized I have to click that. Wow, be honest, did you cheat? You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed.
I know we just met, but I have to confess. I think you have a beautiful brain.
Hot diggity PicoBear. You just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance.
May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch!
Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good.
Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, It's about lunch.
Everyone cheers.
But Shh! Lunch.
She said shh.
In honor of the new semester, I have prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch.
That must be the smell I smelled.
Indeed, that smell.
You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true?
Is this?
Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. The aroma envelops you. And you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking and start eating.
For years, I have been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors.
You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can.
But that's all I'll say about that. What you think? What, you think we want your stupid recipe? Psst. Nah, my dude, nah. I'm just, drafting a last will and testament in case one of those ingredients is, poison. Got him.
He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. You wait to see what Singer Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself.
She's moving in. Oh, please. Well, Van, the man. If you don't want any...
I'll take his.
Whoa, hold on. I mean, I guess I'll try it.
He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. His pompadour went up.
Easy now. There's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in.
You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of this bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly.
I see why his pompadour went straight up.
Right? Focus your mind and meditate on this moment. Try to identify every flavor. Savor the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. I think so far we've been serious about our career, and I kind of want to stay with that.
Are you sure?
Are you saying you want to lean into Colonel Sanders?
Yeah, I think that it's not fair to try to take his recipe. That's cheating.
I guess that's fair, honestly. Let's go with Colonel Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
The flavors in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly. What a guy. Alone with the flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man, for a flavor, are they the same? After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he's doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second?
Anything for a fellow chef.
What exactly was on that chicken?
How bold of you to come out and ask. It's an idea I've had for a new combination of flavors. That'll make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal.
It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade.
What's the rush? The semester is only getting started. We've got two more whole days to get to know each other.
He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel? Shouldn't learning be fun?
Aw, you've got moxie. I'll give you that.
Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, and then leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers.
Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use... It's something my great-grandmother taught me.
Wow! You'd never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. While you were wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. This girl has got to chill a little bit. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad.
Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated.
It sounds like you have big plans.
I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that.
We're not going to neg him. Let's be modest but thoughtful, because we already know...
He has a big ego. He could be toned down a bit.
Yeah, but this is us being modest but thoughtful.
No, I know. We don't need him.
We can model good behavior.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Dude, he's the colonel. Yeah, I mean, he kind of earned it, right?
He doesn't own the school, though.
I mean, maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Now you've got his attention. The flavors were complex, but comforting. The interplay between salty, savory, and peppery, it was perfect.
I appreciate the compliment, PicoBear.
I'm sure you'll be a big success.
I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon.
You step into the massive cooking arena. This is a good little art piece, where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we get to show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no! We have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? You're not going to blow anything, except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature adorable tiny food creations. Where's Gordon Ramsay when you need him?
Yeah.
Maybe Sprinkles will bring out an impression.
Okay.
Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off.
Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of 2, that is. Me and you, if that wasn't clear. Want to be my partner?
Aw. Sure, PicoBear. I'll prepare our station.
Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. 2 different students quickly take notice.
Hello, new partner.
Beep. Boop. Oh my. Wait. Oh my! 2 potential partners? I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. It looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price to pay for not being alone forever.
Definitely.
Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? You think Clank?
Yeah, Clank.
Barry, do you have an opinion? Pop or Clank? And, also, what do you think about the Gordon Ramsay impression? Clank seems more qualified. I agree.
I agree.
Sorry, Pop, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Clank today.
Yeah, Pop seems like a literal child.
Yeah, it's weird. This is you.
Earlier it was a Gordon Ramsay impression.
Earlier when he was speaking for Sprinkles. It'll be, if he gets critiqued later, it'll be a little bit more obvious. Alright. Go for it.
It's okay, I already ate.
It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school even is at this juncture. Clink is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth. Warp, warp, warp. Hold on there, fella. We don't even know the assignment yet. Technically, Clink might not have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him. Bzzz. Tissue? I hardly know you. Ha 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 ha. Clink judders and a panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection. Looks like you two will be fine. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork.
Should I do Gordon Ramsay again?
You can just do Sprinkles, maybe.
I like Sprinkles' voice.
He said it's not great.
That's what
Amazing.
Alright, you two. For today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea.
Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sandals? Colonel? Oh my god. Colonel Sanders. Steak tartare. Octopus. Grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy. I wonder which one KFC wants me to pick.
Interesting.
Oh, he liked that. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes?
And gravy?
I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes.
No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine.
Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business. Sanders' heart is my business, and you'd better keep your fingers off of my man.
Did someone call for me?
No, geez, Van Van. While I'm over here crushing PicoBear screen, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember? Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends.
Oh, howdy there, Ashley, Van Van. Are we working in a quartet instead of a duet now?
Actually, no. It looks like PicoBear was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is. These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring.
I was gonna say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up on my level. Doubt it.
Don't be rude, Van Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense. Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for Colonel if you don't watch out.
Uh-oh.
Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Turn to Colonel Sanders' hunk of hunks in your time of need. Obviously, we gotta go for Colonel.
Are you sure?
Oop. Clicked it already. I'm here to learn and to express myself via my cuisine, not bigger with prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of class, so let's all respect the format, okay? You turn to Colonel Sanders to confirm that you're on the same page. I chose Colonel Sanders, and Colonel Sanders chose me. Isn't that right?
A businessman respects all fair agreements, from contracts to handshakes. I took on PicoBear as my partner for this activity, and I stand by it. Based on your team's behavior, I'd say you're perfect for each other. Neither of you has PicoBear's natural talent or no loyalty.
As far as my hall pass list goes, maybe PicoBear in the games type is Colonel Sanders, but not mine in real life.
He's a bit melodramatic.
A bit too obsessed with chicken
Yeah.
and stuff. I have other interests, like video games. Being defended by Colonel Sanders leaves you feeling proud and full of potential. And you look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well, while your attention was elsewhere.
I know just what to do.
Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still.
If you love something, set it free.
Man, we're echoing again. I mean, we're not changing anything, so it's just weird that it keeps happening occasionally.
Right?
But I guess we'll try to be softer again. Together you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. You see Ashley with a sinister look. You know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. Van, do something! Wait, do something. Scooping up a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity?
Hold on, right there, PicoBear.
So wait, this is the perfect corner ram the opportunity.
Okay.
Hold on, right there, PicoBear.
Let me try to get it.
Angrier.
We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena! Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you brew one more spoonful, you'd both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands!
Can I ask Potato's face?
Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hand. Gandalf with a sore throat.
Yeah. Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes, I've prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty, braised tentacles of octopus and my silky saltwater sauce. Plated on a battle-axed blade forged by my supreme chef ancestors. You've ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I. You will have the first bite. and you will all look on with envy.
The interrupting student rushes at Van Van and swipes a bite of his student's dish, right off the plate.
No, don't. Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right.
It's raw!
Too late, it has been eaten.
Uh-oh. I think I left something in the oven. Oh, it feels so good.
It killed him! Oh no!
What? Everyone, step back. Don't take another bite.
When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up in Pop's mouth.
Did he just do that on purpose?
I think he's just stupid. Pop winces in pain for just a moment, then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self.
Oopsie. Tastes like poison.
The entire class is gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They are motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds.
I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. Hello. I turned into a ghost over here.
Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all this nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you.
I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home. What? Like, for real? Oh, come on!
You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building is taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly.
Those mashed potatoes you made in class today?
Before you go on, I want you to know, they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them.
They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me of why I became so passionate about food to begin with.
Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders,
Yes, PicoBear.
there's something I need to tell you.
Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first.
Oh geez.
You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I have been working toward that dream. Day and night, never stopping, never resting. Also, lifting a lot of weights. Like, so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Ugh. Hey, no, you, shut up. I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story.
Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy?
You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name?
Somewhere in the distance you hear a long, sad sigh.
Oh. Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. That's you.
Okay. I can't do a silly voice.
The Spark Monster.
The Spark Monster is here to fight a hero.
I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. How dare you threaten me, just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level.
Be afraid. Be very afraid of me because I'm a monster. See?
Is he rhyming on purpose or is that just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence.
What?
What will you do? Let's attack. I don't know why. We're just doing it. Which attack?
Cook with love.
Nice. Cook with love does 1 damage. It just got real. That attack really upset Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you.
Oh.
You take 1 damage.
defend. See what happens.
You decide to defend. Which defense will you use? Trepidation. You continue to stay back and endure whatever comes your way. Seems like a pretty weird strategy, but okay, sure, you do you. Sport Monster focuses their mashed mind and draws in energy from Mother Earth itself.
Uh-oh.
They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond?
Attack them.
You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Okay, so we pretty much have the same. Yeah. Oh no, two damage.
Utensil.
Oh no. Okay, so I'm learning that we should never defend. Losing cheese sauce. Oh no.
Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here.
Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens.
Hot pie power punch.
This is pinch.
Pinch.
Oh.
Pot pie power pinch does 10 damage. Spork Monster is defeated.
Nice.
You saved me. An injured Spork Monster spews steam into the night. Oh boy, which one?
Spare. Actually, or do whatever.
Yeah. You manage to tamp down your disgust at the sight of this gnarly beast long enough to realize that he's still a living creature with a pure soul who deserves your pity, not your wrath. Mercy is a beautiful property. There we go. Be gone, beast, and don't you dare come back for a follow-up encounter tomorrow. I won't forget. Wait.
I won't forget this, and I certainly won't be back, like you said.
The Spork Monster scuttles off into the night. I'm gonna regret making the voice later. The defeated monster left behind a special item.
Ooh.
It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover.
What?
You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borko.
Borko. That name sounds strangely familiar.
Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep.
Oh.
He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you are tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. Zzz.
Oh.
Oh, everybody's there.
And the dead student.
Mm-hmm. You wake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild vision you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? Probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the Spork Monster, she launches into a story of her own.
I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Clank.
Like him? Like?
I know it sounds like I'm moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school?
No, but that does make complete sense.
Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at a school he didn't even go to, and was also the convertible that he himself rode in on at the front of the homecoming parade.
Huh?
They're saying that he was the convertible? I'm thinking maybe something got lost in pressure cooker language translation there. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders.
You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, you're a thing now?
We definitely connected yesterday.
You sure you did. You're great, but why would he be into... Why wouldn't he be into you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? I mean, there is in the stream, but not in this conversation. Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices. Secret spices. And the man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So he filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice. He even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I've ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we stayed in touch, you know, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone. Please, please, please. It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or Colonel Sanders.
No, make up a fake one.
Thanks. What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret or share it with your bestie? Yeah, I'm not betraying my new boyfriend. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know. How about... It was Eye of Newt. I know. Sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt? Wow. Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure that you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on.
Yeah.
Think Bestie will be out of the picture soon. Yeah, we're not being a very good friend to her.
Well, she's not being a great friend to us.
That's true. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. What a jerk.
Yeah.
Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. The wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school.
No, let's not be a sim.
Yeah, but...
We can admire. Well, what do you want to do?
Nope, I already went with your eye option. Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without ever acknowledging that he's being watched, he does a short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish. He then slaps the beautiful creature gently on its rear, sending it running free into the countryside. You were so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently.
Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home.
You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right. What a horseful beaut you have. What a horseful beaut you have. Dang it, that's what I just said. Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you. Oh, PicoBear just gets really nervous around people they like. What? This is not helping. They got food poisoning and were up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it. She gives you a wink and a smile as if to say, situation handled. Can't blame a girl for trying. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad.
I have Newt.
You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming.
Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this.
Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? Let's play it coy. You sit near the rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van Van mutter something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try and cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class, and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the Emperor of Cooking, are you? You make the rules?
I'm not sure you know a good meal if it ate you.
best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache.
And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil.
You finally get a look at what it was they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the sport monster. That's the same book that I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom, and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth.
We're playing.
Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep, beep. Clink must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot.
Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts.
You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Womp. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer. Womp,
No, your mother was a stand mixer.
Or Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right?
Gentlemen, get a hold of yourself. Save it for the arena at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on.
Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog.
Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent this morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny little legs are very, very tired. But here I am now, and I hope you're ready to learn.
Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom.
Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken.
You want to pay attention to the lesson. Truly you do.
Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name.
But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you.
Well, PicoBear.
Naturally, this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample?
Not the dog biscuit.
A shimmering pepper?
Sure.
A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way, so naturally you reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. However, your body was not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe.
My friend, ooh.
This guy again?
I'm here to give you an important message. Ooh. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was saying to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is...
I think I got some spice stuck in my throat.
It's fine, I'll work through... to fulfill... the prophecy... You must...
You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness.
Wait! Aw, man!
You come to and find everyone is staring at you.
That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever.
You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. Wait, what's her voice? We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you. Someday? Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim. And your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement.
Today's lunch will be prepared
Via time competition cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Step up and tell them you're on. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down, then so be it.
I'm not the fool. You're the fool, fool. Good one, Van Van. I like your gumption, PicoBear.
Please don't try to do Gordon Ramsay again.
I won't, I promise. I'll be watching your performance.
Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness.
Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court.
Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief.
At least not until we turn on the timer.
Just then, a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, "Timer ready."
That's what I'm talking about. A rule!
I stand corrected.
The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory.
Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day 1, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. Oh boy. Beep, boop, beep.
100 degrees Celsius.
Okay. That's right, but how would you have even gotten into this pool without knowing that?
Winner gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you.
You're going to need to season the chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. 11. That's right, you might not know all the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction.
Tail wagging intensifies.
Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor? Nope. That's wrong!
Uh-oh. I'm begging you to get it together. Get it? I'm a dog. It's never the wrong time for some dog jokes.
Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time to harness that energy, so where does it come from? A small town, bloop, bloop, beep, bloop.
That's right. A rule!
And try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Sizzling? No!
Silence.
Don't make me get the spray bottle. Oh no!
Uh-oh.
The pressure is getting to me. Okay, you notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. Do you need to go let the dogs in?
Out.
Out?
They're inside.
Oh. Okay, well, that's fine then. Looks like the answer was gratitude. Well, I'll know for next time if I ever play this again. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye.
I believe in you, PicoBear.
He's actually cheering you on. Which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy? Oh boy. Those all said something about Colonel Sanders anyways.
Yeah.
You were stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. I know, right?
You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. Woof
I
woof.
just chose one randomly. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes! I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. You might not have any hands, but PicoBear does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed.
There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way.
Oh no. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed. Oh my god! PicoBear, no! If you're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck, it's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use a hand for the rest of the match. Jeez. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. Oh no.
What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone, stop what you're doing right now. The battle is over.
It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish.
Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on.
Aw, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default.
No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of PicoBear's injury.
You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish.
But I suppose you could at least tell us what you prepared.
Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask PicoBear to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring the creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Oh. Inside you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry gelée. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger into the chocolate sauce.
Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley?
Oh, you! As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. What should we do?
What do you think?
Internalize it.
Okay, go for it.
Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester. Perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. That was a dramatic turn of events. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly.
I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out.
I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef.
Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. You think I've never failed at anything before?
That's exactly what I think.
Well then, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you, enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician.
Obstetrician?
Obstetrician.
That's fine.
I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but even I failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight.
I didn't know.
People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together. Which is true now, but hasn't always been.
Sounds like this guy could really use a hug.
I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give.
As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion.
One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay!
Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. It's the spork monster. Borgo?
It is. I know I said I wouldn't be back, and after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like to always having to look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right?
Aw, thanks, Borgo. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode.
I know that you're strong and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to the school. I wasn't always a spark monster, you see.
I don't believe it. You were human once?
Well, no, I was a golden retriever, but I was still a student. Until one day, some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me and I was forever transformed.
A magic spellbook?
Precisely. I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile.
I think that's that word.
If you need me, don't fear. I will be there.
It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. PicoBear, together I am sure we can defeat them. Yeah, Pop Lock. When Pop popped in.
Oh,
Moment.
Pop Lock. I'm with you.
Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss.
Oh, a hideaway. A personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, and it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside of Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders.
Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef.
Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy, or something crispy. Both, perhaps?
Oh.
Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it a secret just for you? Let's reveal it. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders.
Oh.
Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw.
Oh my god, it's the stuff from KFC.
The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' luxe hideaway.
Magnificent!
Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl.
Do you mind if I hold on to this last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment.
Kinda gross. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not?
Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment.
You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel.
Oh.
Alright, immediately gotta check on the safe. This must be where he keeps a secret recipe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Take a closer look at the large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy.
He really tortures himself.
Yeah. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Okay, I need to stop reading that instruction. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves. Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded, am I right? Oh.
Wait, let's keep learning about it.
Yeah.
Wait, what's that on the table? A candle?
That's
or the
comb. Let's go to the candle first. It's a candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of 69? No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's... Tap on an item to discover more about the kernel. Let's click here.
Oh.
You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of student pops up.
Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death?
Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you?
I could just tell you my name right now. It's...
Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window crack and the ghost of student is swept out with a breeze. Tap on an item to discover... Oh my god, I did it again. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. You look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Oops, I did it again. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders. There's no change from like what it's saying the other text. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. I like that it's just inexplicably the old version of him in the pictures.
Right.
Notice a very realistic stuffed chicken.
Is Benjamin Button?
Yes. But then wait, what's this?
Wait, what's that? Maybe he just keeps going back and forth.
There we go. He's eternal. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky."
We know where that state is now.
That's true. I have learned. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silver in color, it's actually made of spun silver. Alright, I guess. You open the door to Colonel Sanders. Okay, I thought this was like the exit. To his closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off his hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they mean? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on and wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket.
Aw, I don't usually loan those out, but I must say it does look good on you.
Oh, did you see what Barry said?
Yeah.
He's Marty McFly. Yeah, that could explain it. Oh crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off. Let's make the move.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa, 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 this isn't that kind of game. He's sweating. Not that we blame you for trying, but still. Game over! Oh my god, do I have to restart the whole game?
Well, I thought it was just to confess our attraction.
Yeah, right? Not to try to do it. Okay, we're back to here where the storm rages. Okay, we're just gonna fast forward
I can't believe we died
by trying to hit on him.
blah 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 blah.
Okay. We're almost there.
Yeah, we're revealing.
Yeah, we're gonna make the same choices besides for that one there at the end. Oh my god, I have to go through them all again.
Maybe
Wait,
just try
I was gonna say maybe I could just skip right ahead now. Alright, let's tell him we're cold.
Yeah.
Or, let's just tell him the truth.
Okay.
You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. This is you.
Oh, I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams.
Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leading Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel?
Yes, PicoBear.
I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful.
I think you're right. We should take things slow.
You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence! You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. In some jurisdictions, it isn't even legal, but if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Wait, okay. Is it like what? Poppy or something? You know, like there was a flower on the candle. Anyways, I don't know. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast and your mouth waters at the sight of it.
Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up.
It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question.
So, would you say that we're the perfect match?
How presumptuous.
My cuisine and your taste buds, that is.
Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? What should we do?
I don't know.
You decide.
I think flattering him might be good. Yeah, let's
Flatter him? Alright. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. Oh, this is you.
And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail.
Oh no, are we gonna be the business partner that gets shot down or whatever?
Oh no! We're Paul?
Oh.
Business partner?
Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. Such an unhealthy response. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I'd been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you.
She got to play her own game.
Right? Off in the background, she's being played by someone else. It's okay, I was just... But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but... You will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I'd been partnering up with Clink, he asked me to go out with him. Of course I told him, you'd better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me, so I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know this little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say skydiving as if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection. Wowzers. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. Oh shit. I guess we're just not friends.
Yeah.
When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not grasp the fact. Told ya. Yep. It's inevitable that she got jealous of our great connection with the Colonel. Because you know, he's Pop.
What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. It's great. I'll order you one up right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat.
Okay, let me remember her voice. You can get your swirly dips too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size?
Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school.
There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature?
Ooh, you've got some nerve, PicoBear. Suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse?
Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain.
Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up.
I'll never give up. Ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on.
Is everyone excited for the final day of school? PicoBear, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon.
Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard.
Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive.
What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce?
That was good.
Thank you.
It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received.
That's a lot of words to say it was bland.
Excuse me, PicoBear. I'm more than capable enough to speak for myself.
Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel?
I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, PicoBear.
Blunder. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you received yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that's the book? It looks like bad news. Okay, Miriam and Ashley have almost the same voice. Let's just all get over it.
But one's more like a
valley girl.
klutzy friend, yeah.
Yeah. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open a book, or a page covered with arcane warnings, cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scribble out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam.
Did you see what Barry said?
PicoBear the Grey? Oh, because I'm about to become like a wizard?
Or like PicoBear the White.
Yes. Or...
Because we died kind of once, and then it got a game over.
I was going to make a really nerdy reference to Lord of the Rings, because like, Saruman ended up calling himself Saruman the Colorful, I think.
Oh.
Or like all colors at some point. And that's PicoBear.
Ah, okay.
That is way drastic. Wait, that is way drastic. Can you do something else, like anything else not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine. It is drastic. But desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you and a pretty good excuse to try it out. I don't think we should do it. Or should we for the fun?
No, Colonel Sanders wouldn't have it.
That's true, he did recommend not to do it. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement.
I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of.
His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry, reach for some old homework to give him as a snack. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. Let's do that one.
Okay.
Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside.
Terrence! I told you never to come back here, Terrence. I will destroy you, Terrence.
Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off of his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence?
You'd better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again.
After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone.
I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, PicoBear, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see...
But before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by whirs and sparks coming from the back of the room.
Oh.
I told you to save it for after class.
Wait, okay, I failed. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises.
But no, you had to show off your cool kid friends, Jeff and Joan. J&J forever.
Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Okay.
Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know?
Bzz, bzz.
Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date.
Beep. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care.
Uh-oh.
Beep. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. Beep.
Did he just die?
No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from.
Did he eat someone?
In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Okay, so if we're gonna erase memories, I think this one's probably a little bit more ideal.
Yeah.
Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school.
Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam trademark. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena.
But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay?
Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone?
Her tiny cocoa is a delicate treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. We haven't seen any of your tiny food yet, right?
No.
Such a bummer. I know that you know this, but I'm going to say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're going to cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way.
You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me.
Of course not. Well, maybe sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person. You shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks.
I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup.
And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van the supposed Man-Man and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on. PicoBear's famous chicken pot pie.
Oh, that's perfect for you.
I know, I love chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders.
God, when will he leave us alone? PicoBear, what are you doing there? There's still time before the final exam.
Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you.
Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious.
You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but the decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Well, we're not going to let it burn.
Yeah.
Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing.
I know. My nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards.
That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell?
Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all-butter crust.
God, hopefully we get to see it.
It's telling me something. Else.
Oh no, is it burning?
No, I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC.
If they sell it, you'll see it. Oh yeah. I mean, do they sell it? I kind of want to try it. The game is working on me.
Yeah, I know, right? Kind of makes me want KFC now.
Right?
But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out.
The moment of truth. Ah, there it is.
Yep, they sell it. They sell it.
That's a thick crust. Pretty good. Wow. Wait, that's you.
Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day.
There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules.
There are no rules. That is, except to cook with everything you've got.
You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. I was wondering if the mac and cheese would show up. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely preparing to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10, with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air.
Egg wash.
Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend, baster blaster. Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin.
Let's rock and roid!
Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Even Clink gets in on it. Bi-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clink learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as was foretold.
We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all.
Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out of the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? Ooh.
Remember what Colonel Sanders said.
Do it the hard way.
Do it the hard way. Just like in our mistake. When we made the mistake.
Yes, exactly. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way.
The hard way.
Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room.
I believe in you, PicoBear.
Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, PicoBear, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station, cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who is cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but... Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient! However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world does I have Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. Oh no, it's accidentally a spell anyways.
We've created a spork monster.
It is I, Steve, the spork monster.
Steve, wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you?
We spork monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off, but you have conjured Steve and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff, it's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out?
I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve, the spork monster, notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station.
I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summon me, huh?
Yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water?
I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country.
You can feel Spork Monster wanting up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition.
Aren't they golden retrievers?
I mean, that's what the other one was. Who knows? This one was like mac and cheese noodles.
Yeah, that's true.
I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school when I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up...
You toss a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint.
Never mind. I'll tell you later. Good luck.
Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. You could quickly get a game over, or...
Yeah, I know, right?
I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as a culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My knees are weak. My mom's spaghetti. Sorry, okay. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for...
Yes, PicoBear, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me.
The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue.
Sorry.
My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My knees... I'm just kidding. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off of the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything. Except to turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear PicoBear. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support.
I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches.
He steps up to your station and stands right beside you.
I'm here to help.
All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules?
Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart.
What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on.
And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts.
Are you suggesting?
If we combine forces, we can form the perfect form, food, unit. Time's up, students.
With time expired is the moment everyone has been waiting for.
You must now prepare to present your dishes.
A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete.
It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clank?
From off-screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student.
I'm flying.
It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there.
Miriam, would you mind?
Inside of the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants.
Pop, get down from there right now.
Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this?
When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop was eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything.
Sprinkles is a bad teacher.
I can't feel my legs. May I be excused?
Sure. You kids and your pranks, I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks? Clank? Where did that pressure cooker roll off to?
You wait to hear a signature word beep or some other onomatopoeia, but there's nothing.
Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that one out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester.
Wow, 3 whole days long.
But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward and describe your dish.
I've made tender udon noodles and savory soup.
They sell it!
God, I hope so. Look how tiny everything is. I love it.
My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny narutamaki? Narutamaki? I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl.
Yes, chef.
Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name.
Yes, sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl.
Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself.
And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much, it was less than a thimble's worth of soup.
A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours.
Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, PicoBear, for helping me to believe in myself.
Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg, custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool?
Was that a slur against Sprinkles?
Oh no!
Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around.
Woof, woof! Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grr.
Finally, Sprinkles goes in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded.
Ouch! My tongue.
The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting.
I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified.
A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night.
Disqualified? For glamour? Don't discount simplicity. This isn't the last time you've heard of me.
Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk.
I know. I'm a dog, and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley. It's time to step up. Now describe your dish.
I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rose water syrup, topped with French meringue and connected by sugared glass. It does look good.
Yeah, why did she need Colonel Sanders to go far? She clearly makes, really good stuff. That actually doesn't sound too bad.
Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, PicoBear? I told you it's a display piece.
Ashley, I must say it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school.
Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it, too. I didn't realize we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating, School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted. But don't breathe too hard, you might disrupt the sugar spiral.
If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified.
Rage overtakes Ashley and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. Sorry, I'm just thinking like, why aren't her eyes catching on fire?
Right?
You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to make fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me, either.
If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching it myself. What? I'll be teaching myself, I see.
You and Colonel Sanders, the final cook, step up together.
2 chefs.
What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese
Has become something else.
Ooh. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh. I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drumroll plays.
Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing? Completely blow me away in my 49 dog years of life? I've never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass.
Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and
Except
cheese
for
bowl.
the one who died.
And also the robot.
And the
unplugged.
robot. Who else
They all
died?
seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive that even the Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles.
I want to hear him say it.
You want the
I
dialogue?
want the dialogue to say it.
Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment, to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve... Yeah, it makes you really want KFC.
Yeah.
Oh my god. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy.
DJ Dog is in the house! Ow, ow, ow!
You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting.
No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I've never actually was a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. But now that everyone is together...
It's the spork monster. He is totally mellowed out.
Hello everyone, this spork monster is no more. From here on out, I prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster.
Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat a crown.
Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. I figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean.
Oh, now I get it.
And we got a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the Chancellor of such and such.
The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clink, who has arrived late to the dance.
Oh, he's got a Colonel Sanders suit on.
He's so cute.
Now,
Wait, okay. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing.
I am Clank. I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension.
What? What?
actually feel like I knew this the whole time. Okay, I can't do voices
No, you
for
did.
Miriam
You
anymore.
did good. You did good.
Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I have just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she has managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand, kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives.
Howdy, classmates.
Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal. There we go.
I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken.
Biscuits again.
Yeah, the biscuits.
The end? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor.
PicoBear? Huh, what are you doing sitting all alone?
Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask you to dance.
I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person?
Off the top of my head, oh, I don't know. A spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few.
It is truly my lucky day. Would you dance with me?
Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you.
And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, PicoBear.
How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks.
Work together? Well, I guess this is something I'll just need to do by myself.
But who will help you run your restaurants?
I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward?
Could it be? You found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school.
Oh my dear PicoBear, I'm sure you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side.
The end. What
Kind
a
of
dick.
a dick. Yeah. What the heck? KFC kind of, makes me not want to eat KFC.
Oh my gosh, we had another person chatting for a second. And I think that they might have left already, but probably because they saw us finishing a game.
Probably.
Well, okay, we've now played that. And honestly, I loved it.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Thanks
Yeah.
for the suggestion.
Yeah, great suggestion. I'm gonna just go ahead and mute that one for a second. Okay, there we go. Well, I think that that's it for us tonight. But, we had a great time. You're straight up our first watcher ever, so thank you for being here with us. And, yeah, feel free to give it a follow and join us again sometime. You're a lot of fun.
Aw.
All right. Well, awesome. I'm glad you had a good time. Alrighty.
Have a good night.
Bye.